Less than 3 months ago, at a platform hearing in Salt Lake City, I had asked the Republican Party to lift the shroud of silence which has been draped over the issues of HIV and AIDS. I have come here tonight to bring our silence to an end. I bear a message of challenge, not self-congratulation. I want your attention, not your applause. I would never have asked to be HIV positive, but I believe that in all things there's a purpose, and I stand here before you and the nation gladly. The reality of AIDS is brutally clear. 200,000 Americans dead or dying. 1 million more infected. Worldwide, 40 million, 60 million, or 100 million infections will be accounted for in the coming few years. But despite science and research, White House meetings and congressional hearings, despite good intentions and bold initiatives, campaign slogans and hopeful promises, it is, despite it all, the epidemic which is winning tonight. In the context of an election year, I ask you, here in this great hall, or listening in the quiet of your home, to recognize that AIDS virus is not a political creature. It does not ask whether you're a Democrat or Republican. It does not care whether you're black, white, young or old, male or female, gay or straight. This is not a distant threat. It is a present danger. The rate of infection is growing fastest among women and children. Largely unknown a decade ago, AIDS virus was the third leading killer of young adult Americans today. But it won't be third for long, because unlike other diseases, this one travels. Adolescents don't give each other cancer or heart disease because they believe they are in love. But HIV is different. We have helped it along. We have killed each other with our ignorance, our prejudice, and our silence. We may take refuge in our stereotypes, but we cannot hide there long, because HIV asks only one thing of those who it attacks. Are you human? And this is the right question to ask. Are you human? Because people with HIV have not entered some alien state of being. They are human. They do not benefit from being isolated or treated as outcasts. Each of them is exactly what God made. A person, not evil, deserving our judgment, not victims longing for our pity. People ready for support and worthy of compassion. We must be consistent if we are to be believed. We cannot love justice but ignore prejudice, love our children but fear to teach them. Whatever our role is as parent or policymaker, we must act as eloquently as we speak, else we have no integrity. My call to the nation is a plea for awareness. If you believe you are safe, you are at risk. Because I was not a hemophiliac, I was not at risk. Because I was not gay, I was not at risk. Because I did not inject drugs, I was not at risk. My father has devoted much of his lifetime guarding against another Holocaust. He was part of a generation that heard Pastor Niemöller come out of the Nazi death camps to say, "They came after the Jews. I was not a Jew, so I did not protest. They came after the trade unionists. I was not a trade unionist, so I did not protest. They came after the Roman Catholics. I was not a Roman Catholic, so I did not protest. But then, they came after me, and there was no one left to protest." The lesson history teaches us is this: if you believe you are safe, you are at risk. If you do not see this killer stalking your children, look again. There is no family or community, no race or religion, no place left in America that is safe. Until we genuinely embrace this message, we are a nation at risk. Tonight, HIV marches resolutely towards AIDS in more than 1 million American homes, littering its pathways with the bodies of young men, young women, young parents, and young children. One of those families is mine. My family has been a rock of support. But not all of you have been so blessed. You are HIV positive, but dare not say it. You have lost loved ones, but dare not whisper the word AIDS. You weep silently. You grieve alone. I have a message for you. It is not you who should feel shame. It is we who tolerate ignorance and practice prejudice. We who have taught you to fear. We must open our hearts to seek safety for our children, not in quiet denial, but in effective action. To all within the sound of my voice, I appeal. Learn with me the lessons of history and of grace, so my children will not be afraid to say the word AIDS when I am gone. Then their children and yours may not need to whisper at all. God bless the children, and God bless us all. Good night. Thank you.